Yeah, I don't know. Oh, there's comments there, and there's comments there, so you get them right in the middle. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. So itchy. Oh, we at?
3 to.
Oh, it's 3 minutes still?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Let me see. Lexi, let us know if people are in the room watching us.
They are.
There are. People are in the room watching us right now.
There's people waiting.
We can't see anything because all we have is just a camera and backs of laptops.
There's 6 people on right now.
6 people are on right now. All right, we'll give it a couple minutes for people to trickle in. Base and vibration. Cool. Yeah, we've got our drinks.
Don't you look like mega chats drinking out of gallon jugs?
I mean, but that's because we drink out of gallon jugs. This is how we drink.
Not an affectation.
It's not a thing.
It's just.
Did you see Samson's comment?
No, Samson's. Where's Samson?
On Facebook.
Oh no, I just pulled up the YouTube feed just so I can see some stuff.
He said hi.
Oh, Samson said hi. Hi, Samson. Samson. Sir. Yeah. Oh yeah, you could just pull Facebook on there. Right. So we're just gonna let people get in here, and then we'll get started. Just give it a couple minutes. Which is fine. It's fine. You got a delay.
It's only a couple minutes in there.
Yeah, that's fine. October 3rd, 2020.
David's online.
All right, Dave's in here. Nice. October 3rd. Does it say how many viewers? What does this say?
It just said which people were viewing. It's only 2. I don't see like a.
No, that's fine. That doesn't matter. Okay, so this is being recorded also, so people can watch it after the fact. Oh, I kind of tried to charge mine. Okay, so do you want to get started?
Yep, it's time.
Okay, it's time. It's time. Oh yeah, I think more people coming in. So, hello. Yeah. Hi.
Welcome.
I'm Owen. And this is my brother Adam.
Hello.
We're here. We're going to talk today about Savage Company, about our Pathfinder and D&D books, and what we're going to be doing with them in the near future. We got a lot of plans, so we wanted to show those off to you guys, show you kind of what we've been working on and what we're going to be doing in the near future. So, kind of just reveal the plans and how things are going to go going forward, so you guys can, be excited with us.
Yeah, a lot of exciting stuff going on, so we're excited to tell you, and you'll be excited to hear it.
Yeah, it's so hard to keep this stuff secret, so I just want to tell everybody so that we know, what to expect from us coming up. Some of the stuff is pretty big for us, and so we've been, it takes a lot of, we have to plan ahead plan pretty far out. So we know what we're doing pretty much for like the next almost 2 years right now. So hopefully the guys who aren't here watching at home, I know Troy had a wedding, but I think Doug is probably watching. Doug's one of the authors. He's the third main author, you could say. He's at home, hopefully tuning in.
Does
And
a lot of
then,
our lore and storytelling and editing.
Yeah. And then Troy Daniels does all the layout and editing, and Troy is at his child's wedding. So he may or may not join us. He said he's going to try, but I was like, dude, like, your own kid is getting married. That's kind of important. He's like, well, it's a second marriage. I'm like, that's less important. So he might be here, he might not. Oh, Doug is here. Look at that. I can see the chat on occasion. I did pull it up on my phone. So no, I can't do that. Anyway, I was like, let me show you, but you can't. This is just, you just see this is that. I have one of the chats. You can't see all of it. So mostly we won't see what you're doing. Alexis can. My daughter is also monitoring the chats. So if you curse in the chat, she will ban. I don't know. Please just be nice. Alexis is doing the chat stuff. So, but if there are questions, she will catch them. Hopefully, maybe catch a question in chat and write it down.
Oh, okay, there's one. Already.
Okay.
He
Or just
retracted it, but
let us know. Yeah.
The rest
So-
of the team, so
Right. So okay, and then there's the 5e guys. I know that a lot of players are excited about the 5e conversion. The 5e guys are not here. It's Kim Franston and Ismail Alvarez. I don't think either one of them are in this country, much less this warehouse or undisclosed warehouse in Oklahoma. Bunker deep under the soil of Oklahoma red clay. The 5e guys obviously are not here, but they are super good at their job, and we're happy to work with them. And then also we should give a mention to our favorite artists, Neil Pennington, Railgun. Neil Pennington. Neil's been working with us on this kind of stuff since I think 2017, long before we thought we were going to do a book.
yeah, he made that.
I don't know if you guys can see our orc children or our goblin kids.
The little savages.
I think it's slightly off screen. Yeah, little savages. They'll see you later. Don't worry about it. And then so Neil was super great. He helped like design like the visual language of Savage Company and kind of just how
helping us design
realistic or not
the
things
feel
are going
and
to look.
aesthetics,
Yeah, he was responsible for a lot of that. And then hopefully Tony is watching us. Tony Cesar is a gentleman from Brazil who's been working with us since after the Kickstarter ended. Well, actually, right before the Kickstarter ended, he was working with us before we even got funding for the campaign setting book. And
tirelessly,
he's
to great effect.
he's really good, and so we've been working with him nonstop since the Kickstarter. So that's a whole year now that we've been working with him. He's great. We love him. And then, in fact, he's the guy who did the video. If you saw the Infantryman Handbook video
The teaser
with
video,
this one,
yeah.
he made that and surprised us with it. We didn't ask him to do that. He made it and was like, I have something to show you. It's a surprise. And then it was boom, there's a video with Brazilian death metal on it. It was amazing. And he was like, oh yeah, I know one of the guys in the band. I actually got the rights secured so that you guys can actually use that music. So I've since actually talked to some of the band guys, and they're all super cool. Terra Nova S1842.
That's 1470.
1472. Yes. Anyway, yes, I should have wrote that down on our notes. Is what I should have done. But they guys are all super cool.
They've got
So-
a bunch of stuff up on YouTube. It's good too.
Hopefully you saw the video. If not, it's in our videos. You can watch it later. It's like 15 seconds, but it's very hypey. And then Avery Wake.
Yep.
Avery is a friend of mine who I met through the love of Metal Gear, and yes, yeah. So she's been she's done a lot of work with us on several different books and is still working with us today. She's a college student, and we're happy to keep her working and give her money when we can. So
we'll take all her spare time.
Spare time, just give it all to us. Very precise. She's very good with her work. And that's pretty much everybody who, we didn't even invite them to be here with us today, to be honest. Everybody lives too far away. So anyway, let's go over the books. We did our first Kickstarter. We launched in September of 2019 for this book, the campaign setting book. We raised $13,500 of $3,400 we needed. We needed $3,400 to complete the book. We already put between $2,000 and $4,000. I didn't really keep a lot of track, to be honest. $2,000 to $4,000 of our own money combined into making this book happen. And we're like, we need $3,400 to finish it. We did the Kickstarter. We had no idea what to expect. Our first Kickstarter ever. This is our first book ever.
Steep learning curve there.
It was a very steep learning curve. I think we figured it out. And so we raised over $13,000, and we took all of that money and put it into all of this stuff. Like, this book came out way better than it could have. And then we're also, the 5e version is about to come out. And then this book, if you want the PDF of this book, it's been on sale all week, and it's on sale right now for $5.
Yep.
So you can get the PDF of the original book. It's a 250-page full color. You can get that for $5 right now on our website.
It's just packed.
It's not on our website. It's just on our. Yeah, I mean, it's everything you would get in like a core rule book, like all the rules, stat blocks, items, spells, equipment, classes, races, everything. So very proud of that. And then
the field manual version.
Yeah, and then the field manual version of that,
which is
we did that.
It's the same rules content as what's in the campaign setting, but it's much more condensed. Single column, it's black and white.
Yeah,
none of the art, stories, anything like
no
that.
No stories, no art, no
just
lore.
Rules as a good
just
reference.
Rules. So
you just wanted to carry rules around to use
printer-friendly rules version. Yeah, so we did that, and then the 5e conversion of this is 100% written. There's some stuff that I think they want us to review, but it's finished writing and just has to go to layout. So that'll go to layout, and then as soon as layout's done, it'll be available on PDF and print on demand. So hopefully very, very soon, 5e will be out, and which is the last Kickstarter reward that we have, because we fulfilled everything else. Everything we could do ourselves, we already did.
So this one.
We promised to do some adventures. Like the kid, the stretch goal was we'll do some adventures and put them out for you. So
a 100-page book.
Right. So we have this 101-page book. Operations Guide has a guide to making adventures in our style. It has 6 adventures in it, and then it has all of the bestiary that you need to run every adventure in the book. So you don't need anything else.
Over 40
it's
newly
40
created
something.
stat blocks.
Nah, we use 5 or 6 monsters that existed already, and just put their condensed version. I think 40 to 44 includes them. I don't remember. It's on the store page. I don't have to memorize it. So it's right here.
47 total monsters.
47 total monsters. I think 7 or 8 of them are existing monsters that we reprinted in condensed stat blocks, so you didn't have to go look them up on a different book or a website. So that. And then last is this book. Of the newest book is the Infantryman's Handbook. This came out Tuesday. Just came out. It was a Pathfinder bestseller on Drive Through RPG. It is
it's bigger than it looks in our hands.
We have very large hands.
Books,
so
yeah.
No, this we're gonna make a very small reference. We meant to make it small. We intended it. Well, it's almost pocket size, but we meant it to be shorter than it ended up being.
Handbook should be handbook.
So it's 110 pages on accident. And so it's got the Infantryman class, and then it has 11 archetypes for the Infantryman. Equipment, lots of equipment, new alternate combat rules, new equipment rules for like crafting your own firearms in the game, 2 short stories, and it has over 50 pieces of art. So there's a lot of art in there. We're super proud of this book also. So this is our 7th book that we put out. Yeah. So, and that just came out this week and already a big hit. So,
so thank you guys for buying it.
Yeah. Super thrilled. Super thrilled.
We're really happy with how it came out.
Yeah.
Super proud of this book. It's one of those things that we just had the right amount of background and skills and stuff to really make this come together in a way that I think readers will really jive with, especially the people who like Savage Ghost stuff. Yeah. If you like anything Savage Company, like that's a must. It really is. Like it's all really, really good stuff that we thought of that we're like, man, I wish we could have put this in the book. I'm like, just save it. We'll put it in the next one. Oh, you know what? That's all. You know what? Well, okay, this is a good time. Let's just give one. Sure. Let's give away a book. Can you pick a name, Lexus? Can you give me a name? Did you pick any names? Daniel Burgess. Daniel Burgess, please email me. Is he on Facebook?
He's on YouTube.
On YouTube, yeah. Daniel, send me an email, owen@snakehoundmachine.com. I don't think you can PM YouTube pages. They don't have like a messaging in there.
I'm not sure.
Just email me. Just email me, owen@snakehoundmachine.com. Daniel Burgess. Have your name written down. Just email me and like prove that you own the YouTube account that you're using. And then I'll give you any one of whatever book you want. So you can pick any book from our library, and I'll give you the PDF for that free. So that's the first one. All right, now, Lexus, reset the clock for the next giveaway. All right, so new business.
Yep.
I don't have any art for this. So we wrote.
That's crazy. Man.
I don't have any art. Like, where is it? We should have printed something off, but we're very ill prepared. I know. So I mean, I didn't have a color printer either. So we wrote. How many pages did it come out to? 20, 21? 20 something?
I don't think I was on 3 of those.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. We wrote a free adventure that we're giving away. It's the seasonal special, which is a spooky fall themed adventure for first level adventurers.
Yeah, it's very carefree, little bit childish.
Yeah, I mean it's
mystery.
Supposed to be fun. It's lighthearted and fun.
It's a good entry for
spooky
younger
mystery
players too.
It's got new monsters in it. Those are also included. Has a unique. I don't want to give too much away. It has a unique mechanic that makes it a mystery for both the GM and the players. So, both running the game and while you are playing it, it's legitimately a mystery that you have to figure out, and you don't know what exactly is happening till the end because. There's some trickery with a series of envelopes and some shuffling beforehand, and things get revealed as you play through the adventure, and it's different every time.
Yep.
So
it's pretty easy to handle, but it's interesting.
It keeps it fun and fresh every time. So very excited about that. And after the stream is over, everybody will be getting that book for free. So that's going to be out as soon as we're done here. We'll release it. Everybody gets that for free. So free book for everybody. We already have how many free books on there?
Voidling, the orientation guide,
and E-Tool.
E-Tool, yeah. And now seasonal
Is that it? Yeah, I guess that's it. Only 3.
This is 4.
Right, so there's
total.
3 free books right now, and then there'll be a 4th free book. So, yeah, it's very proud of it. It's super fun. So, you guys will like that.
Yep.
And then we are going to do, we've already started it. We are going to do a holiday special as well. So, towards the end of the year, hopefully, like probably the beginning of December, we'll release another short 20-page book, free PDF for everybody as well. As soon as we get it done, we'll get it out there in the appropriate time. So you'll have a treat for December as well for the holiday special.
Yeah, that one's very.
And I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what's in it.
Themed,
It's very different.
Yeah.
You can play higher level characters. It is not as lighthearted, but equally fun. So very happy about that. Looking forward to that. Okay, so then we have some speculation here. Things we're thinking about doing. We probably will, at some point when we have a little time, we're going to go over all the short stories, give them a look over, give them a little polish if they need it, and try to just put a shine on all the short stories, give them another checking over, make sure everything's good, and then we're going to look at condensing those into like a Kindle book, like an e-reader book. Yeah, so you can get e-reader book, online book, whatever, and you will be able to order physical copies of that as well. So if you want to read a collection of short stories from Savage Company, we'll have that. Of course, we'll add some new short stories to that for that as well. So all the short stories in one book, across multiple books in one book, some new short stories, and we'll just bring that into a reading format, because like these don't work for that kind of stuff.
If that's something people are interested in, so
we've been talking about it.
It's not input. Let us know.
Yeah, it's not super hard to do. Like I feel like it's relatively easy to do. It's not going to take like a ton of work from us to be able to reformat a lot of these stories. So
really want that, then
yes, please let us know if that's something you're interested in, because we've been looking at doing that. It's not very hard. I guess it's pretty easy to publish on Amazon.
Yeah, you're already set up on Amazon. So.
Yeah. And then we're also talking about possibly doing a hardbound compendium. I know like 2 guys who are always on us about hardbacks, because these are physical books, but they're not hardbacks. They're perfect bound paperbacks. So we were talking about at some point in the future taking this content and anything that is, races, classes, items, spells, feats, all of those things, and then composing them into one volume, one book, so that the guns from here and the guns from here are all in the guns section, reformatting all of that, and then releasing it as a hardbound, so you don't have to like remember which book it's in or whatever. So that's what we're talking about also. And if we were to do that, we would probably have to do like a Kickstarter for that, so you could pre-buy them. Yeah. And once we do all the work, we find out how much it's going to cost us, and then we do some funding, because hardbound books are expensive. So that's, if you want that to happen in the future, you have to tell us, because like I'm very happy with these.
Yeah, they look great on the shelf.
They work great. Yeah, I have no problem with that. They keep the price down.
They're lightweight.
I mean, this book is still like $40. Like, this is a $40 book because it's just expensive to make books.
So we add more.
That's not us getting money for it either. That's just like it's a $40. I think $4 of that goes into our bank account, and the rest of it goes to the printer. Like, I'm not kidding. That's literally what it is. Like, they're just not cheap to make books. So,
you spoiled the illusion. Now everybody knows that we don't make any money on any of this stuff.
Yes, the illusion. The illusion that we somehow are doing well. Yeah.
No. We enjoy it.
So, all right, next. So this is the big thing.
What you were talking about the hardback, like that's how much it costs just to print that book. So imagine adding a whole bunch more content to it and then wrapping the whole thing in leather. It's just going to get more pricey.
It's expensive. But like, if enough people wanted to do it that we could afford to run, then yeah, we do. I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but it's basically just if you want it, we'll do it. That's all.
It's not hard for us to compile the information and find the printers. It's just
Yeah. Okay, so I want to do the big thing. So this is the reason. This is really the reason. Now we're to this is the new thing. This is the reason why we're doing this.
Secrets to be revealed.
So before hopefully before the end of the year, the 5e version will be out. Hopefully people can get those in time for Christmas. We'll see. That'd be great. Then all of our Kickstarter obligations are complete. And we don't owe anyone anything. We'll give our seasonal special, our holiday special, 5e books out. Everything's done, and then we can really get into our next book, which is what I've been wanting to do for a while. And we're hoping to launch a Kickstarter for our next huge book, which is going to be at least this size, 250-page size plus book.
Yeah.
Called Savage Company Machines of War. Now, Machines of War will introduce a lot of things. It will introduce 4 new mercenary factions. So other than the Savage Company business, there will be 4 other mercenary companies out there competing for jobs.
Right.
Now, you've actually met 2 of these already in the operations guide. If you've read it and paid attention, the dwarves of the Brass Guild show up in one adventure, and the Malleus Protectorate and their extra-dimensional meddlings also show up. So that's 2 of the factions, and then there are 2 more also. So we'll have 5 total factions, all fully outfitted mercenary companies, all with their own unique gear and styles and archetypes and
advantages and disadvantages and
different things that are unique to them as well. So it won't be just Savage Company. It's still Savage Company book, but we'll give you these other guys that also exist out there. And then we're also gonna, in addition, we'll have new class and archetypes, vehicles, equipment, magic. Oh, that's the good stuff. Totally forgot.
I've been waiting for it.
All right, give me a name.
Bob Bobbity.
Bob Bobbity. Bob Bobbity, you have won a free book. So is that on YouTube or Facebook? Bob Bobbity, you email me. I'm pretty sure I know who Bob Bobbity is. So Bob Bobbity, email me, owen@snakehoundmachine.com, or message me if you have access to me somewhere else. But prove me you own this YouTube account, and I will give you 1 free book of choice, 1 free PDF of choice from our list of books. All right, Lexus, reset the clock.
That was fun.
So the microphone can't really pick up the full flavor. We're saving all the good loud for us over here.
Okay, so it's the perfect drug. What? What? So the Machines of War also will greatly expand on vehicles, and the most important thing about Machines of War is that it is introducing a standalone war game. We're just going to have a standalone war game that has its own set of rules, very easy to learn and play, and it's playable as its own game, but it is also fully compatible with both Pathfinder and 5e. So you can fluidly go between the war game scale and individual character scale. So you can use it for large scale, you can use it for mass combat, you can also use it for what we like to call it large scale combat, because Machines of War is mostly, I have a concept art here, Machines of War is mostly going to be focused on mecha. So
giant robots.
Giant robots. It's not really a robot if it's a guy driving it. I think it doesn't matter.
That's what everyone calls it.
It's like a tank that has legs. So they can't even see this even. I'm just going to... Does it show up on the screen or no? It does? All right, cool. Anyway, I'll make this available later. It doesn't matter. So yeah, Machines of War is going to have giant walking tanks, and this is a diesel-powered Savage Company variant right there. And each faction is going to have very different types of vehicles, but you'll be able to play these as a standalone war game and be able to move fluidly from war machine scale to individual scale.
War
and
machine
back and
scale
forth.
at different sizes as well.
Right, that's true. So,
and then also individual units or vehicles in units.
Right, we'll have rules for for squads, for tanks, for smaller vehicles, for squads of different things like a thrash can squad or a squad of infantry with anti-war machine weapons like rockets. So you're able to run it like a mass combat war game with very simplified rules that you can learn and play in one evening. Not, we're talking about like 2 to 3 pages of rules, not 50 pages of rules.
Yes. To play the war game, you won't
very
have to
efficient,
know
very easy. You don't
how
have to know
play Pathfinder. You could bring it over to your friend's house and teach them and play.
Just play the war game. It's standalone. It's very easy to pick up and play. The depth comes in where you can customize. So you can just pick up and play the game and use pre-built machines, and it's very easy. Or you can, decide I'm going to make my own custom war machines and pick and choose and balance your amount of ammo and your payload. And it can get very gritty and detailed if you want to dig into it, but it's entirely not necessary either. If you just want to run, pre-made machines,
fast,
then that's
easy,
fine.
or options.
Yeah. So there's a lot of options, and they integrate into campaigns as well. So if you're playing Pathfinder or 5e, you can bring war machines into your game, and it's all very fluid and scales smoothly. So I don't want to get into it too much, but it's very easy to go from hero scale to war machine scale and back and forth without having to do actual conversions. And the other cool thing is that we have signed on with a partner. Darkfire Designs is a modeling company, and they make miniatures. And so for Machines of War, we're going to have an entire line of miniatures available for all of the war machines. We're starting off with 15 war machines, then we're going to add in tanks, infantry units, thrash can squads, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Dumpster squads.
He's going to be designing the digital 3D files.
Yep. So we're gonna be where you'll be able to get both the STL files, so you can print them at home, or in the future we'll be selling boxes of models that you can just order that you can order the parts and put together your own models and paint them at home. So we're very excited about that. It's super cool.
So there's a lot of stuff that goes with that. I don't know. There's probably a lot of people are surprised. Hopefully people are excited for that. Like, I know several times when we've been playing Pathfinder, we're like, hey,
we've made up our own mech rules a bunch of
giant
times. Yes.
Walking tanks in this game. Yeah, it's very popular.
So, the
we
mechanics
have,
work very easily. So,
do we have any questions coming in about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see nothing. Lexus, nobody has questions. Okay, that's fine. So, more detailed. Like, this guy is a light war machine, which is huge size category. They're like 25 feet tall. Then you have your heavy war machines, which are gargantuan, 45 feet tall. And then you have your tectonic war machines, which are up to 65 plus feet tall. The bigger the rarer they are, the more expensive they are. So they're all designed to be played together alongside hero scale individual characters, and everything is being balanced against each other. So there's advantages and disadvantages to all of them, and you can do whatever you want. Really, honestly, like once we printed the book and you take it home, like that's it. You just do whatever you want after that. So
we got tons of ideas for
Yep.
customization options already, and like the multi-ride. We know we're going to come up with even more
Oh
as we
man,
go. 'Cause
yeah.
that's the biggest problem we
So,
have is we're
yeah.
super prolific and all this stuff.
Writing too much is our problem. Yes. So War Machine scale, just for the record, War Machine scale 1 inch is equal to 30 feet. So you can use a map of your regular play maps, and each square is 30 feet across if you want to use those. What we're going to recommend is that you use Hex Maps, where each hex is a 30-foot hex, and you play on that, and then we'll actually have maps printed where you can go to we'll have a hexagon that has a grid on it, and it'll be a grid of squares. So the hexagon is 30 feet across and a grid of 5-foot squares on that hexagon. So you can be moving across the map, and then you can jump over to this and just zoom in on a single hex, and then there you have your standard battle map. So, and then of course the numbers go back and forth very easily too. So don't have to do tons of math. It's very intuitive. So we're hoping to launch Kickstarter for that in January of next year, after the 5e book is done and after our Christmas book is out. We'll get those out of the way first, and then we'll do this. So we're going to be we're basically just going to be writing nonstop until then anyway, get as much done as possible before we launch a Kickstarter campaign, get a lot of art done, so there's a lot to show. So, yeah, that's how that's going. So very super excited about that. And then the next thing
after this next thing, we want to write an AP.
Yeah, we're going to write a full adventure path that takes advantage of all this material and all these rules, and we'll start you at early, I don't think we want to start at first level, maybe, second or third, something above first level, but very low. And we'll go from early levels all the way to 20, and it'll come out in 6 volumes. So there'll be 6 individual books. Each one is, a chapter of the entire AP, and it'll be designed to have roughly 50 sessions. So it'll take an entire year if you play once a week to get through the entire AP. Hold on, this is here. Simple size versus the Facebook. The mech sizes, so the models themselves are about the little ones are roughly the same size as a standard model. So if you're looking at like 40K terms, right. A regular Marine or a Primaris Marine is the size of our smallest mech, because the scale is shrunk down. So 30 feet is 1 inch.
The minis will be size enough to fit in 1 inch squares or 1 inch hexes.
Yeah,
because
or have a 1 inch
scale
base.
is shifted.
It's roughly 6 millimeter, 1 to 300 scale, somewhere like that. So also though, I know for sure that I want to provide at least STL plans so you can make one of the little guys in full. 20. Oh! All right, you got another name?
Heavy on the trigger.
Mike Blanton.
Mike what?
Mike Blanton. Blanton. He's on Facebook.
Mike Blanton on Facebook.
Message
Mike,
the page on
message the Savage Company page, and I will talk to you about giving you the PDF of your choice. Thank you for watching, Mike. Lexus, reset the clock. All right. Okay. So yeah, 6 millimeter roughly, and then I want to do
like a thrash can.
Yeah. So we do want to do some. We're also going to do hero scale models. The priority is this, but we're also going to do hero scale models. So like I know they were talking about wanting to do some of the iconics as hero scale prints, and then also we're talking about doing dumpsters and thrash cans, so you can put them on, because a thrash can is
a standard
2 squares by 2 squares
fit in it.
Yeah, you could take your like goblin model, take the base off your goblin, mini and put it in the trash can and then play it. So not just the Machines of War stuff, although that's a big part of it, so you can play the war game, but we're also going to do regular minis as well too. So super excited about that. All right, so back to Green Hell. Green Hell is a working title. It is not in stone. We're not doing Green Hell until after Machines of War is done. So it might be 2022 before we launch Green Hell. But full AP, 20 levels, 18 levels, we don't know exactly.
Up to level 20.
Yeah, up to full campaign to level 20. We'll integrate material from all of our books in it. Mm-hmm. So you'll see lots of guns, lots of bod and hobgoblins, and maybe some lobstraws,
bears,
skeletals, bugbears, guns, tanks, war machines, airdrops from zeppelins, evil haunted tanks.
Tank
ghosts. Yes, tank ghosts. Yeah. So
and then all of our rule mechanics too.
Yeah.
Well. So there's
rolling road combat,
rolling road. There's going to be modular weapons,
high speed. Yeah. So
the Machines of War is going to come into that.
Yes, in the AP, you will get to drive mechs. That will happen at least once in the course of your journey through Green Hell. Trench fighting, large scale combat, fob building and defending. There will be a point where you get to build a base. We have an entire mechanic set for this, so it's like a mini game inside the AP where you get to spend time and resources building your own base and then defending it from being attacked. So fob building I think is going to be very fun because it's like a reverse dungeon. A lot of people talk about doing reverse dungeons, and I've kind of done some stuff like that in some of my games where people have to defend their base. So fob building is going to be...
This is going to be a simple, fast setup way of doing it.
Yeah.
So that's really fun.
It's very easy to figure out. Yeah. Much cheaper, much easier than like kingdom building. Nothing like that at all, actually.
We don't want to mess with kingdom building.
Yeah, it should be fun and should be quick. Then what else we got? These notes.
Well, trench fighting. We've seen trench fighting in some of our earlier stuff in the operations guide. We've had some trench fighting elements. And then also full-scale war. So basically, on the hero scale, your party of adventurers are navigating through a tenuous war zone, right?
Yeah,
Stuff's blowing up all over the place.
War, fighting as far as you can see.
How do you narrate that in such a way that it's fun, but
also gives you a sense of danger?
Yes,
but it's still able to be played and not a slog. So we'll address some of those things. Also, very key. We're not fans of linear progression. We don't like railroading. So certain things, obviously have to happen before other things. But we don't want to force you onto a path. So we have, what I call a branching tree diagram where different decisions will change what options are available later. Mm-hmm. And it makes it easy. If we follow the diagram, then, at each part that you'll have decisions, or the GM will have decisions, and it will change what's available or what outcomes will happen.
The background narrative is set, and then we try to account.
We provide the world, but we want to make sure that they're like
choose and
switches.
Yeah,
that change, like it's like a train with switches. So whichever way you guys choose to go, it has a meaningful impact on the story. And then also that's something we're going to make sure that we do at the beginning and the ends of each book is we have recap sections for the GM. So that way the things that happen in book 2 have a concrete effect on book 3. Right. Or maybe they don't even come to effect later until book 4, but it'll tell you, go look at this.
But you'll know
what happened here
when it is applicable.
Right. So that way there's a good heads up for the GM. It's easy to track and easy to keep track of and easy to implement. That way every book has a definite effect on the other books and that your choices did matter. So that's something we just noticed from our games that APs don't handle well. So we're going to write that into these books so that way,
or the handoff.
It's a more enjoyable ride
between
one book
volumes.
Neatly books into the next one.
Yeah. Sometimes those things slip between the cracks between volumes because it's so long between.
Yeah, and
they don't want that to happen.
Yeah, and sometimes other publishers will have multiple people writing different volumes at the same time. They have very little to do with each other, so we're not going to have that. We're doing one after another. But actually, we've already got kind of the whole overarching plot figured out. So we just have to sit down and actually write the adventures, which we won't do for quite a while. So we've been thinking about this one for a while.
We
do Kickstarter. What?
Dramatis Personae. Also, that was something
that's something we put in this.
Yeah, we did have that in
somebody's like
seasonal adventure. It was one of the feedbacks that we got from people.
Somebody write down who's in these dang books because it's hard to remember. So we have that. It's a quick guide to all of the important characters in the book, both your players and you can read that to make sure you're caught up on who is in the story and who is important.
We're going to keep doing that in the adventure path as well.
So we will do a Kickstarter for this after Machines of War is finished and fully fulfilled. We won't touch anything until, obviously it's very bad taste to start a Kickstarter if you haven't fulfilled everything from the previous Kickstarter. We're not going to do that. So we're looking at, late 2021, early 2022 before we do a Kickstarter for Green Hell, but we will do it. It'll be low cost, but if you back it, then you'll get all 6 volumes. It's not like we're not going to do like a short Kickstarter for 1 volume and then do 1, 2, 3.
No,
do one Kickstarter, all 6 volumes.
Each volume is done. Ship it.
Yeah, if you're a Kickstarter backer, you get all 6 volumes, and then when the first one's out, we send it out. You can buy prints, you can download the PDF, everybody gets it, and then as soon as the second volume is done, ship it, and you'll get each one of those as it comes out. So hopefully we'll get them out before you've played through the whole thing. And so we'll be ahead of you.
If you don't start it when you get the first book and play faster than we're.
If you play more than once a week, then maybe, you might have to wait. I don't know. We'll just see how it goes.
You know who you are. We don't have to say her name.
She knows who we're talking about. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. The big announcements are Machines of War. We're going to minis, standalone war game. Like, I think this is huge. Diesel-powered orc mechs.
Yes.
Belching,
stomping tanks.
Clouds of black smoke and squirting oil out of their knees as they just clobber down or, fire their 30-millimeter Vulcan cannons from the hip.
Toothy grinned monster man pilots jumping into these things and wreaking havoc across the battlefield. Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. And the fact that we get minis, like, I'm just so jazzed about getting all these out. I can think off the top of my head no less than 30 models that we need, probably more than that. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, it'll take a while to get them all out, but yeah, we'll have the STL files, and then we're going to be also making and shipping unpainted miniatures. So if you don't have a printer, you can buy quality prints from us and then build them, and they're going to be affordable, I promise. Also, the Machines of War Kickstarter is going to be structured in such a way that it's very easy, and so we'll have different tiers, but you can get just the book, or you can get a book and a mini. We're just going to do the STL files on the Kickstarter because actual prints will come later. So if you back the Kickstarter, you can do just a book, or you can do a book and a file, because we'll have one available for sure. And then what we'll do is every $500 is a new stretch goal, which is a new model. So we'll have a low price to get backed. You'll get one, and then if we meet every stretch goal, he brings in a new model that we pay to have Darkfire Designs make.
And if we have a priority,
I was waiting for it. I knew. Yes.
We have a priority list for like which models are going to come next.
You have to stop. No, you don't. You can't. We have to stop and do a giveaway.
Oh, okay.
Give me a name.
Wolf Queen.
Wolf Queen. Are you? Pick another. No, okay, fine. Wolf Queen. Wolf Queen. Whoever you may be, please message us, we'll give you one free PDF.
Get another name.
If there's any you don't have, give me another name.
Onot. ONOT.
ONOT. Onot. All right. Onot can message us, or is he on? He's on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's on YouTube.
Facebook makes you use real names.
Yeah. Message us with.
Onot says he passes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I knew who that was.
Shane is new and he's late. We can give it to him.
No, we can't. He's already got everything.
Oh,
He is a Kickstarter backer.
Okay. Well, that's it. We have Chris Debo.
Who?
Chris.
Kristen Bow?
Yeah.
Chris, message us. We'll give you free stuff. We'll give you free stuff. Chris. Yeah. All right. That sounds good. So send us a message or email owen@snakehoundmachine.com or any other way you have to get a hold of us. Prove you own that account and give you free
Oh, no.
PDF.
Chris has everything, too. Oh, wait. That's a different Chris. Never mind. Wait.
What about Facebook? You got anybody on Facebook over there?
No, we called all of them. No, I think, I don't know. Do you want to pick anybody?
Give me a name. You're the
That's
picker.
all
I can't see.
Yannick Guy.
What?
Yeah, that's his name. Yannick Guy.
Yannick Guy.
Yeah.
Yannick Guy. Message the page. You get a free PDF of your choice. Thank you. Okay. And where were we at?
Reset the clock.
Reset the clock! I don't think we're going to make it to another one. We're pretty much done here.
Okay.
All right.
So,
like,
the clock.
I think that's it.
So we were talking about stretch goals and new extra files for minis.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Minis.
Every
so
$500.
Basically,
unlock another.
Yeah, every $500 mark is another file, and all of the backers get all of the stretch goals. Everybody gets if you so it's like probably, I don't know, I'm just throwing this out there. $20 for a book, $30 for book and files. And if you've done $30 for book and files, every stretch goal unlocks a new file, and you just get all of the files. So we'll end up with 15 to 30 different model files. You just get all of them. Because if we do them as stretch goals, then everybody who's at the files level will just get all of them. And so it's just, there you go. You get all the files.
And there'll be ways to buy those later.
Yeah, there'll be ways to buy the files later. And then when we get prints set up, then we'll have actual physical models that you can just order. Because we do have an online store. I ship stuff every day. So
some of those stretch goals you might know something about ahead of time, like the next stretch goal is this faction and this size. And
right.
Some of them might be mystery.
It depends on how much work we get done before the thing starts. But yeah, we're gonna aim to have all of the War Machine designs figured out before we launch the Kickstarter, and have a lot of the models done as well as too. So that way, we'll just fork over, put it on credit. Yeah. So I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, we haven't answered them, but I think that is everything on my notes. So I think that pretty much covers it.
Which time is that? How long are we moving on?
10 minutes from 8 o'clock.
Oh, well, pretty good.
That's a whole, very much it's a whole hour.
Are we getting any questions or weird requests?
There's an old question about how about a custom mini tier to be implemented? A
custom mini tier. That is an excellent idea that I absolutely didn't have already. So, yes.
Make a note, yes.
Within reason. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can do something about that. Design a War Machine. Yeah, we could probably do that. We might be able to do like also a tier where you get a print at like a high tier. We add on a print, but I don't know. We're going to try to keep everything pretty simple and streamlined, so there's not a lot of waiting for you to get your rewards. But yeah, that's good. We did do one where you get to design an iconic. So designing a War Machine probably would be a good idea. We could do that for sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
I had a question, which is, I don't know if people actually like the iconics as much as we do, because we love them. We love the iconics and writing short stories for them and having art. And I don't actually know if anybody likes them as much as we do or at all.
It kind of just evolved into that thing on its own.
Whereas, like, we need to make sample characters to show off stuff.
You have to make artwork for each class.
So why not?
So we made a specific combination of, race and stuff to go with that class, and they started speaking stories to us. So they became,
instead of just artwork for a class, it became, here's an iconic, here's sample, character sheets that you can just run instead of doing your own, and then you wrote stories for them, and then they show up in each other's stories, and just kind of made a whole thing. So yeah, we like them. I don't know if anybody else cares.
There's more questions.
Yeah, what do you got?
Are these files going into 3D printing?
Yeah, 3D printing files, but we'll also sell the minis. So we'll sell you
physical models,
and if you print your own, then you can get just the files to print on your own printer. And then what's this? This is Wit's asking about. Yes, you must have missed it, Wit. Yes. Now the normal scale is like 28 to 32 millimeter. But yes, it's a standalone war game that is at a different scale because they're mechs. So the standalone war game itself is closer to like a 6 millimeter scale. So the smallest robots are the size of a regular hero scale mini. So you can go back and forth. You can play the standalone war game, and it's fully compatible with Pathfinder or 5e, and there's rules on how that works out. But you can kind of just zoom in or zoom out from hero scale to mech scale. And it's, very simple, very easy to use, but has a depth of customization if you want to get into it. So we did cover that earlier. Box sets, yes. We'll probably just offer them as small boxes of a collection of things. But yeah. Mass combat like 40K or skirmish based like Infinity. It's kind of in between. Is it mass combat or is it skirmish? Well, it depends on what the point values are, because it's got elements of both. So it's not really one or the other.
It's not mass combat.
It's not really mass. You can use it for mass combat, but it's not really designed
you're not going to have hundreds of
armies.
You're going to have hundreds of individuals.
It's closer to skirmish than mass combat, but it is large scale combat, and so you're covering a lot of ground. And you could have, like 40K, you could have squads. Like you have 12 infantrymen on one tile, on one base. So there are elements of both in there. It's kind of its own thing. So that the heads and weapons, it's already happening, man. Where you have here's a weapon kit, here's 10 weapons, 10 different guns, that kind of stuff.
We'll sell base kits.
It is designed from the ground up to be very in your hands for customization.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that. Also, it's fully legal to use other people's models. We don't care. It's your own game. So, whatever you want to do is fine. But all of our stuff is going to be designed where it's modular and it's designed to be customized. Customization is very important.
And sold at low cost.
Yeah. Affordable, easy to customize. So, yes, you can use 40K orcs if you really wanted to. Yeah, I'm down for that. All right, I think that's it. I'm gonna go and release the new book. Like says, no more. We're done. We're not doing any more giveaways. No more giveaways. We're done with the air horn. Everybody who's watching the stream, in 1 minute, if you go to WeKillPeopleForMoney.com, you'll be able to pick up the Savage Company Seasonal Special for free. Our Halloween Adventure is out tonight, and everybody gets that book for free. And I think that is going to be it for us. WeKillPeopleForMoney.com takes you right to the store page. Pick up the Seasonal Special book. If you haven't already, grab the Infantryman's Handbook, which has enough content to be a $10 book, but it's on sale for $5. And of course, if you don't have it, the campaign setting book is also on sale for $5 right now. So thank you everybody for watching. We've had a great time. We can't wait to show you more of this stuff. We're very happy with how these mechs are coming out. So yeah, keep watch. We're gonna have more stuff for you soon. Promise. Yeah. December. So thank you so much, and hope everybody has a great night. WeKillPeopleForMoney.com.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.